So this is the Moroccan summer that I'm painting. I've already showed you how to outline it. So I've done most of the painting now. All I'm doing, I'm using dye and I'm just loading the brush, not too much, painting it on. Let it spread out so it squeezes itself into the corners. Don't load your brush too much because you don't want the dye to pool on your silk, and you also don't want it to go through the barriers. So I'm using 7 colours on this, and they're just random colours that I chose because I like them. Now, there we go. I think what I'll do is add a little bit of pink just to the bottom of that blue. You see how the pink just slowly spreads out into the blue. It'll blend with it, change colour slightly, and it just makes a nice effect. Now a bit of red, I think. You get some red on a brush. Just do these bits here. I'm using dye because the background of this picture is going to be several colours that are going to be blended together. There's going to be yellow and orange, blue to make green, a bit of red maybe. And if I use dye, oops, I just went over the edge there. If I use dye, then it blends very well together, and I can move the paint around on or the dye around on the silk. If I use paint, it's not as flexible. You can't do that. Now, what colour will I use? Bit of purple, just to do these bits here. And also, with this, I did some dots with the pencil on here for putting the outliner on, dots of outliner, silver or copper. But I haven't done them yet. I thought I'd wait until I'd finished painting it, wait until I knew what colours I was going to use in those areas, and then I could choose which colour outliner to use, which would go best over the colour. Because silver works well with everything. The silver's just beautiful. It stands out no matter what colour you use. But the copper doesn't stand out on every colour, so you just have to think about it first. Like if I was using orange dye, then the copper wouldn't really show up very well on that. So there we go, just gently dotting the dye onto the silk. Not too much, enough just to spread around it. Now, I'm going to use a little bit of yellow just to highlight here. Highlight some areas so we've got a nice contrast. Let's go a bit quicker. There we go. And here too. It's very simple. Just, I mean, I'm rushing now because I'm videoing this, but if you were doing it, you just take your time. Try not to go over the edges of the barriers that you've made with your outliner. Just play with it, really. There we go. Now, oh, wait a minute, I've still got to just colour in that, so use a bit of pink just to finish those edges off. There we go. Now, you see in the blue what I did there, where you've got the highlights here. I just put a dab of water, while the blue was still wet, a little dab of water, just to disperse the dye, make a little light patch, washed out some of the blue. And that's a really nice effect. Now, you see, the gold or the copper, sorry, will go very nicely on the purple. That will show up, so little blobs, whoops, that was a big blob, there we go, little blobs of copper there. And here too is where I had some dots with the pencil, so I'm just going to go over those with the copper. And what this does is when it's dry and you have it hanging up on your wall, they stand out, they sparkle in the sunshine, and it just kind of creates a little bit of a 3D effect on the silk. It's very pretty. There we go. Now use some silver. We'll make some silver dots. Where will I put these? I can't remember now. We'll do them in the centre of those, the washed out bit. That will look nice. There we go. And also, it's coming out a bit thickly, so I'll just wipe some off on some tissue. Just here. There's a little dots there on all that pink. And then when I've painted the background as well, I'm going to do some dots around the outer edges of the flowers. There we go. And I will show you in the next video how to do the background.